All right, everybody, welcome to the Unnamed Podcast.
Yep.
This is Tyler Tolman with American Family Insurance. He is an insurance agent inside of our KW Fox City's office. So it's kind of nice to have him around, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on the podcast. I appreciate it. Yeah, dude. I mean, doing insurance. Been doing it for 2.5 years with American Family with the Scott Hood Agency, and then had a little stint, like 2017. I did it for about a year.
Yeah.
Worked in a couple other places.
That's terrible.
Yeah, in between, right?
Yeah.
Well, my interpretation of insurance previously was very much, my first job in insurance was with a company called Ameriprise.
Okay.
And I was in their agency, kind of like a brokerage situation. Yeah. And basically it was like, hey, sit at your cubicle and we're going to send you the people who we don't want.
Yeah.
And you got to quote them.
Yeah.
And I go, cool. So I, get like 10 to 15 phone calls a day incoming. Got my cubicle and, did a lot of trivia on my computer at that time. And I thought that's what insurance was,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, and then got the offer, from Scott, 2.5 years ago and didn't look back.
Yeah.
Basically, my question to him at the time was, how much networking can I do? Can I base my business around networking? And he's like, you do what you want, man.
Yeah.
However you want to build it. If you want to do internet leads and sit in front of the computer, you can do that. And I was like, well, Ameriprise, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't stay in it,
Yeah.
So then I ended up, then a referral business and stuff and building it naturally. And that was really what had me gravitate into this. But,
well, yeah, I mean, business is business. Whatever. There's so many different ways to do it. We talked about it last time with Skyler. Like, everybody has their own style. But, you can be an insurance agent and do it multiple different ways.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, even today, like, I just got, like, Jordy on Skyler's team. He invited me to his first accepted offer.
Yeah.
He called me. He said, hey, man, got my first accepted offer. I already talked to my customer. I told him I'm going to send you his information to you, have you reach out and quote it. Yep. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, you're my guy. I'm going to do it this way, and it's easy. And then he invited me to the closing. That's where I was before I came here.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, you want to come to the closing? I was like, insurance agent at the closing?
Sure.
Like, who's ever heard of it? Nobody.
And
so I get
That's
there.
That's cool, though, if you start doing that. Like, I don't think I've ever had an insurance agent at a closing.
Well, when we close our next deal together, I'll be there.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We'll do it. Because I mean, it was a great experience today. It was a first.
Have you been at one before?
No, first one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Was it like what you thought it would be?
It's actually a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I thought it was going to be
chill. Honestly, most of the time I tell my clients when we show up to a closing, I'm like, if I have to do anything, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm just here to like cut the silence, make random dad jokes, and
make fun of something.
Yeah, make the situation because it's such a stressful situation. You're getting handed like 45 pieces of paper to sign.
Yeah, I will say too, watching the customer hand that check over to the title company.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brother, that hurts.
Yeah.
I could tell that hurt.
Yeah.
I could tell that hurt. He's like, oh, here it goes. And even Stuart made a comment. He's like, yeah, I know it sucks. Yeah. He's sliding it over.
Yeah, there's that check. Officially taking the plunge, because everything until that moment is like, I guess we're doing this. And then, I guess you're signing like the paperwork for the offer and all that, but it's not official until you sit down at the title company and
do it.
You officially sign your name and get handed keys, and then you're like, oh boy.
You ever have anybody like run away at the title?
No, I've had people not want to go through, and like I had to kind of
that's so tough.
Play real estate agent therapist.
The
which
buyers
is half
are worse.
That's half of being a real estate agent nowadays. Is just talking people up or down and helping them through it. I mean, I've gotten phone calls. Crying. I mean, I've had a lot of situations. I just had one where a boyfriend showed up to my listing, or sorry, ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yep. And that wasn't expected, and showed up during the showings and didn't want to. Like, that was, I won't say when or where, but that was very recent.
Oh my
and
God,
so wrecked the first couple showings of a listing, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah, let's not do this anymore.
I mean, like, people have their lives. It's you can't do anything about it, but like, that's just the thing. There's a lot of variables in people's lives with their houses, and So we adjusted and we figured it out. That's half the job. And I enjoy stuff like that. Like I enjoy getting a weird situation and figuring out a unique way to do it and do it successfully and be like, all right, well, this is a different route. Yeah. But let's figure out how to turn it in your favor and still have a successful sale and make you some money.
Yeah. So. Well, and it feels good problem solving, especially when it's a real quick one, right? Where you're like, man, I'm proud of myself for that one.
Like, I know the answer to that one. I know that one, dude. Pretty rare for me.
I've had an ex-boyfriend show up at the showing before. I know how to handle this.
I got this. No.
Moving forward, it's like, and it's like the problem solving, and it's just the same in insurance. In a way, it's like you get so many questions about rate.
Well, you just like get called and you're like, okay, that's a new one. Every once in a while, you're like, that's a new one.
Yeah, there's a lot of new ones.
But the clients love it when you're like, all right, I'll figure this out. I'll shoot you a call back. Yeah. And then you do. And they like what you've done when you do that way more than if not. Because, I mean, there's been so many times where it's just been a simple transaction and nothing really had to have been done. And sometimes it feels that way. You're like, man, I feel like I almost didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to sometimes just stuff blowing up and having really complicated ones, and sometimes it's easy. So you get both ends of the spectrum, but
and I feel like in our industries there's a lot of like chaos management that we do.
Personalities, chaos management.
Yeah,
it's it's insurance and it's like housing and it's life, but everybody's different and all the situations are different. So it's true that like it can be all over the place sometimes, which makes it kind of fun. It's not cookie cutter.
Yeah, dude. There is something about the first run with insurance. I mean, it's like you come into work, you're like, cool, everything's the same. Yeah, like it's always the same thing. I'm looking at the same visual in front of me. I'm looking at I'm hearing the same conversations over and over again, and it's like it's only about quoting. It's only about price. I'm like, my God, insurance is so much more than that.
Yeah,
and it's so much more than that. And people don't understand that. Like, I think the common misconception too, and I think this is industry wide for lending, real estate, title. I think the thing is insurance kind of gets brushed off to the side as not being quite as important in the process.
Yeah.
However, my rebuttal to that is, we're the ones who are going to be replacing the house when it burns down to the ground. So
it's kind of important.
Kind of important.
We just had a deal that
we did.
Situation happened like that. I mean, we don't need to name names or anything. But with one of my clients, and we got in there and found out there was major issues with the roof, and that always opens up a huge can of worms, unfortunately.
Yeah, but and it did.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things too, and it's a learning process for all parties involved, right? It's navigating, because up until just a couple years ago, I mean, insurance companies weren't looking as thoroughly. Yeah, they were just kind of like, okay. And then, they leave it up to the agencies to type in the number of, how old is this roof, and then all of a sudden, okay, I don't know the age of the roof. Insurance agents, I'll just type in 2015 or
whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. It's 10 years
Just give me a ballpark.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is, and this is fun to talk about too, because what actually happened with that, and you're going to love this. This is this fun little nugget of knowledge here. So what actually happened with that, and what we've seen is, so an American Family or other insurance companies have done the actuarial data, looking at everything over the, whatever course of time that they look at, and especially pertaining to roofs and wind hail claims and stuff like that. And talk about Tornado Alley shifting, right? Yeah. Look at a map. All of a sudden, if you look at like the storm trackers over the last 10 years, you just look and you see, you're like, okay, let's look at 10 years ago. Okay, it's here. Okay, it's here. Okay, it's here. It's like, it's coming to us. It's like eventually in like 20 years, you're going to be like, Tornado Alley's right over Appleton. It's awesome. But, what we've noticed over whatever period of time is that, because of the bad information typed in by the agents too, you see the greatest amount of losses occur within the first year of a roof.
Okay.
Or after year 10 and older.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Many agents go, it's probably 10 years.
A lot.
Yeah. So I think a big part of that is like, yes, there is deterioration that factors into.
Yeah.
But then you talk about things like a roof payment schedule and the endorsement for that. And now lenders, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac type things that are more black and white that you run into issues with because, okay, well, it's a WIDA loan and they specifically need in state full replacement costs on every piece of the property.
Yeah.
And the hard part is insurance and lending are here right now. And like, there's so much resistance in the middle. And even like last June with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac saying whatever about, or I think it was before June, but June was when they finally like rescinded it. But they were saying like, oh, everything needs to be full replacement costs. And the insurance agent, like insurance was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like we do that, we are all out of business basically. And so then it was like, okay, we rescind that. But there are still a lot of places that are like, oh, well, it still needs to be this. And it's still a common struggle. And lenders I talk to, I mean, it's a common struggle all the time. But back to the, the situation, because of the actuarial data, you see that, okay, well, most insurance companies, American Family included, it's, the actual cash value after 9 years, but it is only on the roof for wind and hail. It's not everything. So if there's a fire, it's going to get replaced. It's just wind and hail. And it's because it is one of the top claims that this area sees.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but in that, kind of going back to that situation too, like, one thing that I think people don't realize is that with insurance, I think they think, okay, well, we look at what we see with the listing photos, with aerial shots. There's this thing now that we use that they take photos from an airplane over neighborhoods. And so we have pictures that are within like a year old that we can reference to.
Yeah.
And the AI actually tells us hey, is this a fair roof, a good roof, excellent, poor, whatever, right? But the common misconception, though, is that, oh, my insurance is bound. My closing date is this date, and I have insurance. And cool, I have insurance now for the full year. And it's like, yes, but there is a property survey that we have to do because insurance, with laws and stuff like that, we only have the right as an insurance company to cancel within the first 60 days of the effective date starting.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in our situation, right? Where it's like that effective date starts and then go out, do the property survey. And the thing that kind of, it takes however long to get the property survey back on the agency side. So sometimes you get pinched for time. You get it back and there's only a tiny little window. And then you got to tell somebody, hey, dude, I'm sorry, but got to get a new roof. And that, we saw this, and you don't see it from the top down. You don't see it from ground level because of where it is and the angles and pitches and stuff.
Especially on those 3-story older buildings where it's not a big roof anyway. There's not a ton of property to like fan out and get a view of the roof. Yeah. And it's so high up there anyway. Like, a lot of times those corners and stuff that get damaged, you wouldn't be able to see it unless you were up on the roof anyway. No,
exactly. And that's the tough part is without, because insurance companies, we can't take the liability to go and do the survey ahead of time.
Yeah.
And actually get the GoPro up on a stick or whatever.
Yeah.
And do that whole thing. But,
well, and then, I mean, even if you have inspections in the winter, an inspector can't like crawl around on the roof.
Nope. Liability,
so
right?
There's a limit to even that, and like so you can run into this even if you have an inspection.
Yeah.
So an inspection only goes so far. I'm a fan of inspections.
Yes.
But
thank you for saying that, by the way.
Yeah.
Because so am I.
Well, I'm a fan of them. What I always tell my clients is especially coming off the last couple of years where no inspection offers were pretty popular. I always told my clients, like, here's the deal. I'll never tell you and advise you, like, to not get an inspection and be like, no, this house doesn't need it. You'll be surprised things you can find.
Yeah.
But I will tell you when I think having an inspection in your offer means you won't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, hey, have an inspection in this if it's a point of stress for you, or you just know you want an inspection and you don't want a house without that. That's fine. We'll write it in every offer we write.
Yeah.
But we might be writing more offers.
Right.
And that's fine. My job is to be here and guide you through that. Like, but I'm not going to BS you and be like, yeah, it's not a problem that there's an inspection and you're up against 5 offers that don't likely, or something like that. And, and also I'll try to walk them to the house, and I have to preface, I'm not an inspector. or a contractor, but this house looks pretty sound to me.
Yeah.
You know, you can see the electrical has been gone through, or they provided an updates form saying, 2024 brand new electric to the whole house. You're like, okay, well, likely how much is really wrong.
Yeah.
Or could be.
Exactly.
My new listing has a brand new roof in April. I'm like, okay, sure, technically maybe they did something wrong.
Yeah.
But a buyer's not going to be worried about that roof.
No.
So if you have a house that all these things have been done, that's a lot easier to write a no inspection offer. But but still, I mean, on the, it's hard for them to even write an inspection offer sometimes, which then can catch you on the back end with insurance because you didn't know that something was wrong with the roof.
Well, and one thing I'll say to that too, and this is where I see my value in this office specifically too, and in other offices that I go into and I visit, is like with real estate agents, one thing you guys have is the insurance clause. Like there's that 14-day window that you guys can check the insurability, and if it's not insurable, you can back out.
Yeah.
And that is something that I always make sure to tell agents when I meet with them. Hey, especially if you're doing no inspection offer and you get an accepted offer and it's no inspection on it, definitely let me know. Like I will literally drive there and look at it. I think
it's something that's very overlooked, like using those clauses. And because I mean, even if I get one that's checked, like the mark, there's like a 7-day mark for like, I don't know, insurability, then property lines and like wetland.
Flood too, right?
Yeah, all these things. And I'm like, sellers normally don't care if you want to mark that. Sometimes they do, but most properties, they're not concerned because the seller knows it is or knows the situation.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a red flag when they don't want to sign those.
Yeah.
So
it kind of tells
otherwise
you
it's like,
wrong.
dude, it's only 7 days and like just so we have the ability to check.
Exactly.
So I've been starting to write that in a lot of my offers, but again, that's a thing that is overlooked too. Yeah. Just writing those simple, like, don't do an inspection, but at least mark those things so you can like have some ability to back out if it's not insurable or something.
Right. Well, it gives your buyer peace of mind, like being the expert to say, hey, and also saying like, hey, I have a guy that can look at this too, and being like, hey, Tyler, check this out for me. And like the nice thing with that is it not only is it a warm introduction to the client then too for me, and then gives me a better chance at like actually being able to kind of like flex a little bit. Oh yeah, check this out. Let's do a quote now and see what that looks like. But also too, it's and I've had ones like this where they do no inspection. They send it to me and say, hey, can you check the insurability? We got an accepted offer. Yeah, and I check it and I go, it's not looking great, and they've been able to back out. So I've had that happen. I've had ones where it's not great, but they're too far into it and they didn't do the clause, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, got to work something into the deal on the seller side, and hopefully that
hopefully
works.
You can have some sort of mutual agreement, because if it gets feisty,
yeah, dude, you're in it.
Yep, that's where experience helps.
Yeah,
with having somebody who's written a lot of offers. And
right.
If you have an agent, like, I'm not trying to dog on agents, but there was a period of time in the last couple of years where if you weren't writing offers, you just didn't know how to compete in offers. So you're bringing your client along, and because you haven't written an offer in months, you're now likely going to lose a couple until that agent learns why they're losing.
Yeah.
Because they might lose once. Oh, we got beat by an appraisal gap. Oh, we got beat by inspection. Right. Oh, we got beat by price. All these things. And I mean, it takes time to learn how to write a kind of offer that's competitive in the market.
Yeah.
Depending on basically knowing what kind of offers you're competing against, just based off of the type that everybody's writing.
Yeah.
So if you're not writing them, you don't really know that.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder on a buyer for sure.
Well, I think it's just as important for new agents, especially to have the tools in the tool belt. Like a lot of the veteran agents like yourself too, it's like, you know what a bad roof looks like by now, I hope, right? But like new agents have no idea. So it's like, okay, well, having an insurance person, having a lender too that knows, hey, what's competitive in the market, what type of offer we can get into, like that goes a long way as well. And just, having these different tools that you can refer back to as a new agent. Yeah. Because it's cutthroat out there. Yeah. People will sell you out for $1 to get the deal, man. I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah. That's the way the market is.
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, I think we talked about this recently. Like, for you, a big part of it is somebody sees just the rate
Yeah.
And you charge, and they're like, they might have had you do 4 claims for them over the last 5 years and be like, oh, guess what? State Farm has a better price, or whatever has a better price.
Whoever has a better price.
Yeah,
right.
name it. And then they're just like, hey, sorry, we're going here. And you're like, well, cool, thanks, guys.
Cool, yeah, I did all this work for you.
Yeah, it's one of those things kind of like lenders where people just look at a number a lot of times.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at the quality of service you're getting.
Yeah.
So, but
and there's a part of, I mean, that's been ingrained in us as a society. I mean, since he started having the gecko saying, you know, the whatever I don't even know what the gecko says because I don't even pay attention to the gecko. But you know, what is it, like 5 minutes or say 5%, 5 minutes or something? I don't even know.
Like
who knows?
Yeah.
And then you have like flow, and you have all these like diversions. Like, how many insurance commercials do you see watching like one football game? It's a ton.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so many. And everybody is like, price. That's we're conditioned on price. But it's not about that. And that's fascinating too because, and I'm glad that you brought this up. If you take the big insurance companies, or really any insurance company for that matter, and you take them at their base level of a policy, a basic homeowner's policy, no fluff, no extra water coverage, nothing, just basic. Mm-hmm. And you break it down over 10 years' time, every insurance company is going to be within a couple percent of each other price-wise over that period of time.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be competing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it fluctuates so much. Mm-hmm. And it's all the, you know, the big thing that affects your rate the most is your neighbors, right? So your neighbors, the pool that you're in is what's driving the premium the most, you know, most part. Your neighbors have a claim. Oh, cool. Well, guess what? Like your premiums go up to make up.
Every house in your street got a hail claim, and yours didn't yet.
Yeah. But guess what? You're still paying for it.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, it's one collective pot.
Yeah.
And so one of my favorite things that I get all the time is did my premiums go up because your name's on the stadium now? It's not Miller Park anymore. It's American Family Insurance Field.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, totally. Yeah. But like State Farm, you know, or some of these other places, not the dog on them, but like, you know, $7 million for a 30-second spot in the Super Bowl is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? It's like, but also you think about it, it's a great exposure for the company. I think that the deal they did was like, I don't even know, it was like $10 million a year for 10 years or something, I think.
Yeah. I mean, just the marketing.
Easily
worth it.
82 games or 81 games a year get played at that stadium.
Yeah.
That's broadcasted all over. Plus the video game, the baseball video game everybody's seeing, they're playing it. All the marketing, all that stuff. So it's like, it's a good investment rather than a 30-second ad where you get, you know, people seeing it or, you know,
and everybody's annoyed if it's not funny. Like to me, a Super Bowl commercial, I'm like, why were you not funny? Because now everybody just wants to see the beer commercials.
Yeah, so right. Well, like, and then you like look at like the wildfire situation that happened, and like the amount of insurance companies that pulled their Super Bowl ads because of California wildfires. Because people were getting heated. Yeah, they're like, oh, you're making a request to, you know, to raise our premium 25% to the state of California. Because now we, you know, billions of dollars in losses that got to get paid out, and so now it's a bad look to do the Super Bowl ad now. And it's like, come on, guys. Like, and I think, you know,
you're talking about a huge company, and like the marketing department alone for a national insurance company.
Oh,
that's a big pool, and the claims are a totally different thing. Like
totally different.
Yeah. It's I think a lot of times people getting upset with the company. Now, there's obviously things that are blatant, but a lot of times it's people who haven't been involved in business or don't really know insurance. I mean, that's probably 90% of people who would have no idea how an insurance company is ran. Are the ones being like, well, what are you doing with that money? This is, you know, it's kind of like how taxes work too.
It is. It is very much.
Most people have no idea where taxes go and what they're used for and how complicated it is.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of like when somebody, I laugh because people get so like irritated with like really, really wealthy people and like higher ups, like a billionaire. I'm like, dude, my only problem is like, I'm annoyed with my taxes. I hate doing taxes and it's so complicated just for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you think the big dogs up there are seeing their taxes at all?
No.
I'm like, they probably have a whole like company
dude,
that just does their taxes.
They have a team of 60
working
on their one
despite
return.
your political beliefs.
Yeah.
Like imagine Donald Trump's taxes.
I didn't
Like,
who's the tax guy that's pulling his
or
hair
like
out every
Elon's?
year?
Like,
yeah, like
dude, they're not looking at any of that. They have so many people probably doing it for them.
Team, yeah.
I mean, it would take their entire year to just figure out their taxes if they were looking at it.
Finding all the loopholes, everything that they can find too.
Yeah,
like all the different things they can write off. All that. It's
he's not checking in on it.
No,
you know what I mean. Like,
God no.
There's so much.
And it's funny that you say that too, because I do feel like with rates I swear most of the time when a customer asks about rate, that's kind of the first thing is like, well, why did this go up? And that's like, if you just take the time and explain it real quick, I mean, most people are understanding.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of those customers that think insurance companies go, yep, it's going to go up by 40% now. Like, just pull it up. And I'm like, dude, it's not the way it works, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why this happens.
Yeah.
It's not just like, we're just like, man, I think we're going to make it higher for you. It's so funny, though, because, some people like, and it's funny, too, when you're quoting stuff, like as an insurance person, you're quoting, and then, you ask the question, and I always ask the question, what are you being charged by your current company? And people will be like, I'm not going to tell you that until you give me a quote. Like, I can control the rate, dude. It's the rate, dude.
Yeah.
I can't do anything about it. It's like, no, I just want to know so when I see that number, I have an idea of where we're at.
Yeah.
Because if all of a sudden I tell you you're realistically paying $100, and I tell you, well, because of some accidents or whatever you might have, all of a sudden I say, that's $400 a month. Well, I tell you, hey, it's $400 a month. How's that compare? And you hang up on me. Guess what? You're never going to quote again. When we're competitive and we're beating your current company, you're not going to quote with us again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to know the gauge and where you're at and be able to like, oh, okay, let's, see what's going on.
No.
But people are like so conservative about it. I'm like, I'm not trying, I'm not trying.
That's not my angle with it.
No, dude, my angle is to know where we're at.
Yeah, like I've had that situation where I'm like, have you talked with any real estate agents? They're like, I don't want to tell you. I was like, yeah, but I kind of have to know because I need to know if I'm crossing a line. Like, if you have a contract with another agent, we're not supposed to be talking.
You can't. Right.
So, like, just let me know. Like, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, so. Right. Like, and I think part of that too is the bad apples. The bad apples in the industry where they, pull some shisty things and you're like, give everybody a bad name. It's like,
well, and there's definitely some out there like do what you want, but there's some agents out there that'll change their commission all over the place.
Yeah, I've heard
to
of
get
that.
it, and it's like that's great, that's fine, but you're also making it harder for everybody else because now we get asked. Yeah, everybody, and I don't change my commission for anyone just for the sake of that's fair for all my clients. Yeah, I started in 2015 with the same commission that I use now. Yeah. So, like, you can make an argument, well, do you charge more because life has definitely gotten more expensive? No, I just use the same. And it's all percentages, so it probably equals out in the long run. But I just keep it all the same because I don't want to change that. I feel like that's unfair to everybody else who paid whatever.
Well, and the job I did before this, I worked at the cemetery as a family service counselor for 3 years before coming over here. And so I got to see a lot of crazy things. But one thing I will say that I commend the cemetery business for is the ethical side of things that had to be put in place at some point in time. That's like, no, we can't give you discounts for this because it's unethical. You bury somebody next to another person and they bought on the same day and you charge them 2 different prices. That's messed up. Can't be doing that, right? Yeah. So it's, those are things where I feel like most industries should be like that. It should be standardized. Like, hey, this is what your percentage is, and it's kind of like, because it's like maybe a friends and family discount sometimes in certain industries.
I wish, but we just had that big lawsuit that.
Oh yeah, you guys can't.
Made
do that
sure
anymore,
we
right?
can't.
The
whole country's like, you definitely can't.
Well,
have a standard commission, and I'm like,
it's like,
okay, well, that just made everything.
I suppose,
everything more complicated because a lot of people are just sticking with what used to be the norm. And they're just sticking with that because they don't, why change everything around? Yeah. But it's just a lot more communication now, and which is fine. But you have to explain, like, this is what I charge. Yep. This is what you're likely going to be asked to pay from somebody. Yep. So be expecting this. Nothing is guaranteed, and everything is negotiable with commissions. Yeah. But this is likely what's going to happen. Right. Is how I've kind of figured out how to explain it to everybody. But yeah. There's a transparency there. That's right. As long as you're transparent, and that's the thing. Like in business. Yeah, I just try to give people because sellers are like, well, yeah, but if you're not giving them a ballpark,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, well, yeah, but what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't give them somewhat of an idea, I'm just trying to service the client the best I can and like tell them, hey, this is roughly what you'll probably pay in commissions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it changes, it changes. It's all negotiable, but this is what I'd expect, you know?
Yeah. I find it funny too when I talk to the real estate agents or lenders and they ask me, they're like, well, can you, like the ones who don't know anything about insurance, and they'll be like, well, are you able to like take less in commission to get a lower rate? I'm like, that is illegal, is all get out. Like, that is the most illegal thing I can do. That's considered bribing.
You mean bribing?
I will get my license pulled.
Yeah.
So no.
You're like,
like, I don't even, like, I can't even like get a gift at the closing table because it's that strict. Like, there's
I mean, that's how we are too, a little bit. Like,
yeah,
we can't get paid by certain things, and we can't like give our clients money.
Nope.
Because then that's viewed as like coming out of your commission. So
yeah, like if you give a gift,
it has to be
something,
like a gift.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've had some fun things written into offers. I've had hugs written into an offer just to make people laugh.
That's kind of
because there's no actual like monetary value to a hug. So, but what I put like a joking one. I was like, okay, if anybody really wants to like sue me, be like, okay, whatever.
Could you imagine getting sued for putting a hug in an offer?
I'll be like, calm down. But it got accepted. So
that is insane.
I said something. This is like 2023 when just offers were ridiculous. So I was like, all right, I knew the listing agent, and I was like, all right, my goal is to like write a really good offer, but also give an edge and make people laugh, and hopefully that makes us like our offer more.
Yeah, it helps.
And this is my client's 6th offer.
Let's go.
So, and it worked. I was like, let's go. And but
must have been the hug.
yeah. I wrote in. I was like, each member of this transaction will receive one. It was something like this: one free hug from Austin Bowman. Each hug is estimated to be worth $1,200. You know, so it's like $6,000 worth of hugs.
$6,000 worth of hugs.
And you know, so it just made them laugh. And we wrote a really good offer.
Yeah.
So it probably would have gotten accepted anyway. But I'm like,
wild.
I'm like, clearly that's a joke.
Yeah,
so like,
clearly.
You know, and I only do that if I know the agent or know their personality.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes you got to write unique things in there. I had free beer for a year in there in caps. And then I was like, I probably can't have alcohol.
Yeah, that's interesting.
In a transaction. So then I wrote underneath it, I was like, you know, festival gift card worth blank.
Right. Like,
so like free beer, but you just go buy it.
Kind of buy
Here's gift cards for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you can do stuff like that because a gift card is an actual like item. But yeah, you have to get tricky with stuff like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah,
I'll shoot you the first one.
I'll take them. Yeah.
What inspired you to get into insurance, and was there a personal story or turning point that led you there?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a good segue. Yeah, so like
since I was a baby, I was in love with insurance.
I was born for this. Yeah, no, I actually. Well, you know, the kind of going off of that first experience, and then like it soured for me, you know, insurance and what it was. And then when I worked at the cemetery and I saw death every day, that was kind of a big eye opener for me. So I had sold a lot, done sales in other places. Yeah, I've done appliance sales. I went to sell cars for like 2 days and didn't make it because I was like,
no,
we're not doing that. You know, and the place that I was going to go to isn't even existing anymore. So that tells you that. I've done all sorts of stuff like that. And then, you know, and then I went to the cemetery. And the sales is secondary in the cemetery. I mean, it sells itself, you know. It's like, in the big
consistent clientele.
Yeah, very much. No,
you've never heard that joke before, right?
Yeah, they're dying to get up, dying to get in, or whatever it is. Yeah, dude, it's oh my god.
The dad jokes are just teed up.
They're there,
just
dude,
ready.
You know? My favorite is when you would call a customer and be like, you know, to talk about pre-planning, and they'd be like, "I'm not planning on dying anytime soon." I'm like, "Yeah, none of us are, dude."
Nobody here was.
No, not a single one of these people in here.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, geez. And you should actually have the manager, my sales manager, at the cemetery. He came from windows and siding.
Oh yeah.
And his big pitch was it? He'd be talking to customers, writing out all the financing stuff, and he'd be like, or like writing down and like, here are options. And he would say something along the lines of like, yeah, you never know when it's going to be your time. I could pull out of this parking lot, get hit by an ice cream truck, and that's the end of me. Like, what, dude? Like,
just a classic ice cream truck.
Yeah, that one random ice cream truck that, you know, you definitely are going to hear coming from a mile away. You know, you just couldn't avoid it. It's like
there's definitely not a muffler on that thing anymore.
No, it's like that scene from Austin Powers when he's got the roller and he's like, no, it's just taking forever.
It takes like 5 minutes to get to him.
So funny, dude. But like, so working at the cemetery though, I mean, it taught me a lot about life. Like death taught me a ton about life. Yeah. Taught me also too, like how to navigate emotions with people. You know, you get grieving people constantly. I mean, I've had people at the cemetery that have chewed like coworkers out, and for whatever reason, I was always the one that was like they gravitated towards. Thank God, because I didn't want to get chewed out for somebody at the cemetery that was grieving. But also too, I understood that hey, they're grieving, like they just lost a loved one.
Yeah, you're talking to every one of your clients is in, if not the lowest, one of the lowest points of their life. Yeah, like that day or that week. Yeah, whether it's expected or not expected, it's still like you're guaranteeing that you're talking to them in one of the worst moments, you know. Right.
Well, and it's fascinating, and I mean, I'd be lying if I said that it didn't have an effect on my mental health. You know, being surrounded by death. I mean, you go in every day. You put your little tie on. You know, get a little tie on, get your little suit jacket on. Yeah. Go in the office and you know, looking all cutesy and stuff, and you get in there, and then it's like, bam, we have 5 burials today, and we have 2 other people that just died that you got to meet with their loved ones and get all the stuff taken care of, and then you meet with them, and you have to be able to connect with them enough to be able to say, hey, I'm here for you on your worst day, and mean it, because you have to mean it, otherwise they'll see straight through you. And I mean it every time. When somebody passed away, it was like, oh, God, that sucks. It's like, you know, like we'll do what we can, we'll make sure this is the best experience for you. And it taught me a lot even about insurance, because then, you know, eventually I got burned out a little bit. My brother Michael, who works in our agency, he also called me one day, and he goes, hey, he's like, you know, I know that you've been having a little bit of a hard time with this, and you know, I know that you help protect the dead. What do you think about protecting the living? And I was like,
oh, snap. That guy's in sales.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah. And I was like, man, yeah, okay. I was like, well, let's have a conversation. Let's see where it takes us, you know? And at the time in the cemetery too, like I wanted to network. I wanted to be in part of the chamber. I wanted to do these things and meet with, you know, like different like estate planners and stuff like that, and people that were talking about finances and talking about final expenses, and helping people find out how to get to like what makes sense, how they're going to save money by doing it earlier. And where it kind of connected with insurance, aside from helping people on their worst day, is like understanding that, okay, I'm helping people on their worst day when it comes to death, but if I can protect somebody ahead of time and say, hey, at some point in time, there's going to be a loss, no matter what. All these buildings that stand now, every single wall that stands now is going to come down at some point, right? So being able to tell people that, hey, when this does come down and when this is no longer a thing, to be able to put it back up, that's the thing that we need to figure out. How do we protect you to get that back up? Yeah. And I would say with the death industry, life insurance was the biggest thing. This might blow your mind, or anybody watching's mind. Let me ask you this.
Sure.
What is the...
Oh, boy.
Insurance.
Yeah.
If you had to rank the insurance that you have right now, what is the importance ranking for you? Like, what is the most important insurance that you currently have? Or that you know of that you could have. You don't have to tell me what insurance you have. But
this is my number.
Yeah, let's just say like home, auto, life. Let's just focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say life, and then
most important.
Yeah, right? and then just in case something happened to me. Yeah. I want to make sure family's taken care of.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, probably home, because it's your biggest investment, and then all the other things that are in your home. Yeah. But home, probably like a fire. Yeah. If you don't have that stuff all set up, and like I mean, auto is obviously important too, because if you hit somebody, you're getting hit with a lawsuit or something if you do.
Yeah.
And that could get, expensive quick. But I'd probably say life first, then home.
And then auto.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that?
That I'm wrong.
No. It's your opinion, man.
Yeah.
It's your opinion, dude. No, dude. The crazy thing about that is when I talk to customers and I explain this to them, I have them go through that same exact exercise.
Yeah.
And they say the same thing. It's always life. It's always home. It's always auto. You know what's crazy though?
What?
So many people focus so much on the dollar amount of the auto and then the home. And then they don't care about the life.
That's true. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about it? The life is the least expensive in most cases of all of them.
Yeah.
You can get life insurance for like $9 a month. Most people can.
Yeah.
And it's the number one priority.
Crazy.
And then you go, nah, I don't really need it. You just bought a brand new house. You $250,000 house.
Yeah.
And what happens if you die while you have that house? You just want your spouse to have to deal with it. They don't have any burial expenses for you. They have no money to use towards the estate. Nothing. They got to sell this house now to pay for your funeral. They got to do it. Like, blows my mind.
Yeah.
You could have been protected even a little bit, dude. Even like $50,000 for $9 a month.
Yeah.
For 10 years or something. Like, it's asinine to me when people are like, I'm like, cool, dude.
Like, all right.
Awesome. Well, and what's crazy about that is, when I worked at the cemetery, I buried 4-month-old all the way up to 104.
Yeah.
In 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have an age.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to beat death. We don't get out of here alive. It doesn't happen.
Yep.
So why are we not putting more of an emphasis on that part, right? Like,
the one that's guaranteed to be used.
Guaranteed to pay out. Guaranteed to pay out. Oh, well, whole life. Term life, I mean, we can figure out ways to convert it into a whole policy, all that nonsense. But not that it's nonsense, but it's just jargon that I don't need to get into right now.
Yeah.
But if you need it, call me. We'll talk about it then more in depth.
Tell me every single minor detail right now.
I want to know your whole life story.
This is Joe Rogan podcast. We're going to be here for 3.5 hours.
Let me break it down.
Just detailed insurance. He's brought
Jamie, can you pull that up, Jamie?
Jamie, where are you? Jamie left.
Jamie's on vacation.
We definitely have a Jamie.
Yeah, totally. But also too, I will say one of the biggest experiences. So I just turned 30.
Yeah.
And
congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a good time. It's a good time.
I've been here for a couple years.
Yeah.
Not too long. It's better than 20s. Get out of here, 20-year-olds.
Yeah, 20-year-olds. You don't know what you're talking about.
Get to 30.
From a freshly 30-year-old.
Arrive already. Yeah.
But I will say, dude, so one of the most traumatic experiences that I had at the cemetery taught me a lot about everything.
Yeah.
30-year-old passed away from contracting MRSA. Crazy.
Woof. Yeah.
Crazy situation. No life insurance. His dad was buried 6 months before him.
Wow.
Crazy. They barely had money to pay for that service.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got to turn around and pay for the son that just passed away. Another $20,000+.
Yeah.
No life insurance policy. No money to pull from.
Yeah.
Probably having to go to the bank to get loans to pay for a freaking burial. It's like there's no emphasis on it, dude. And that's my job.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that, hey, dude, like I saw how the end of life insurance looks.
Yeah.
It helps me at the beginning.
What's your favorite? I'm not trying to is that life insurance, is that your most passionate form of insurance, would you say? Because to me, we haven't talked about that. I mean, we've talked about insurance and stuff. But being in the same office, we've really only talked about like real estate, home insurance, obviously. Right, but I mean, I could see like having a passion for life insurance, because that's where like you really help people, like you said, or like we were talking about, in their lowest point.
I would say life insurance is the most important. And it's definitely something that, like, because of the way I built my business, I don't get to focus on as much as I'd like to.
Sure.
But when I do get to talk about it with somebody and I do get to tell them the importance, and it's even like first time home buyers, when it gets referred to me, it's one of the things I talk about to every customer, because it's, hey, you're buying this home. Let's protect you fully. Let's look at options for all this, because realistically, like bundling, one of the things that we look at with bundling is a lot of times you can have your home and auto policy. And if, let's say you have that standalone, and let's say total is like $200 a month total for home and auto. And you might be able to add an umbrella policy that covers you with excess $1 million in liability over and above the home and auto. So like if you get in a serious car accident, they're not going to try to come after your house because you got enough there at least.
Yeah.
And then also take a look at a life insurance policy and, hey, what does that look like? Let's protect your life in case you lose that while you're with your in your home.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of times, like, it might go from $200 a month to like $215.
Okay.
Because of the discounts.
Yeah.
Because of the bundling option. The more lines of insurance you have, the better your discounts are going to be. So it's like a lot of times people don't realize, like, oh, I actually get way more coverage. Like, some people might get like 4 times the coverage or more. And it's only like $15 more a month.
Yeah. Because you're already set up.
Because you're already ready to go.
Yeah, so it's not that big of a deal to add on a few things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of times people nowadays, like, we go back to the price conditioning, people go online and they just plug in a couple numbers. They don't know what they're doing, and they just get a number and say, oh, that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, your detached garage might not even be covered.
Yeah.
That thing burns down. Guess what? That's not even covered, man. They didn't even factor that in because they didn't even look at the house. They're just like, oh, okay, yeah. Let's just do that.
Sorry, your Jaguar was in that garage now.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I guess that's auto insurance, but
but even still,
I'm not an insurance guy.
No, it's okay. But even still, it's like I've heard horror stories, man. And it's about like, price is one thing, but dude, having an agent that'll tell you straight up what's going on and, hey, this is what's happening, and fighting for you in claims, man, you can't, like, that's priceless, dude. At least to me, it's priceless.
It'll pay off one day. Whatever, having a good agent, it'll come back around. Whatever you pay, it'll be worth it.
Well, it's just like in a good real estate, like a real estate agent. It's like being able to have a good agent is priceless. Paying the commission to be able to have someone that's like you're going to get the house you want because I know what kind of offer to write. I've done it enough times. I know what's going to win.
I've always said it like I've lost enough to know how to win.
Exactly.
And if you're not, it's not hard to win when you're the only offer. It's hard to win when you got 6 other offers.
Yeah.
And you got to know how to beat them.
Yep.
And sometimes it's just you're limited with your buyer's ability, but there's a lot of creative ways. Like there's fun ones, but then there's serious ones.
Yeah.
That can edge out your thing and kind of edge out your offer and understanding what your buyer can do, talking with a lender. Like this is one of the reasons I love using lenders I know, because I can call them and be like, all right, how creative can we be?
Where can we?
How much money do they actually have that we can move around, shift around, make the package look sweeter to beat these 5, 10, some has happened 20 offers.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I've lost an offer that was 75,000 over asking. No inspection, nothing. Crazy? 75,000. I don't care if it's cash, financed, whatever. 75,000 over asking in 2023 that lost. And I'm like, I don't even know what to tell you at that point. Like we wrote clean and way over. And I'm sure it sold to somebody for cash because they thought the appraisal wouldn't matter with the appraisal.
Yeah.
So sure. But still, like it's, there's only so much you could do sometimes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've lost plenty, 30,000 over. Yeah. And I've won because of those a lot. So like, it's a term that's not fun to say because people are like, oh, you've lost offers. I'm like, yeah, every real estate who's writing, because sometimes you have buyers who can't do more. Like they physically can't write more financially. And so you're just stuck writing at asking sometimes. Yeah. And so then sometimes you have to have the realistic conversation like, hey, maybe we should be looking at, if you're approved at 250, let's say, maybe we should be looking at 225. Yeah. So that we have some room to write. But if you're looking at 250 and you're approved at 250 and you're looking at 249.9 houses or 245 houses.
Yeah, there's no wiggle room there, dude.
And it's a desirable house. Like, you just don't have the space to be competitive. And I mean that 75,000 over asking, that was on like a 325. So it was like a big.
So it's still, and it's like,
I think it was around that 325, 350 was the original price. So we went up that much.
God. Yeah, I find that fascinating. Well, and honestly, dude, I mean, you talk to any experienced, seasoned person. If you bring to me a seasoned agent, whether it's insurance or real estate, that tells you, I never lose an offer. I'll show you that that's a liar. I'll say they're lying.
Yep.
Like everybody's lost plenty. Because you don't learn how to win without losing, like you said. It's like,
you have to go through the fire and know, like 2022. Yeah. Into 2023, that spring of 2023, man, we were all writing a lot. Yep. And losing half of them. And the people who got through that with a good amount of buyers, they just have an edge in 2024 and 2025. They have an edge on being able to write an offer.
Totally.
And if you're not learning from one, you need to.
Yeah.
You know, and get in and get trained by one of these agents that have been. And it's not that it's easy now. It's not.
Right.
But it's different. You know, like before it was every house, every desirable house, man. I mean, I knew of one that I went in. It had 6 showings during my showing. Just during my like half an hour showing. There were 6 groups in it. Dude. They had over 100 people through. This is in one day. 100 people through. They had 20 offers in the second day hit their email. So still, it's not even that high of a percentage of people who looked at it. Like that's only 20% of the people who went through wrote an offer, but it was still 20 offers. So you had to, like whoever won that beat out 20 offers.
It's insane.
Or 19.
Right, or 19.
But like still.
It's still a lot.
And I mean that's what the market used to be. And so new agents out there, like if you're new to real estate, a lot of these agents that are writing offers are the people who made it through that time. So you got to, I mean, get trained up and learn from these people. Otherwise, you're going up against them.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of unique ways that isn't that complicated, but you don't know unless you talk to a lender or talk to another real estate agent that you can even do that with an offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like free beer for a year. No, but I mean, I've written stuff like that all the time. I've had so many gift cards.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a $50 gift card.
Yeah.
But it just makes them smile and just say, hey, we'd like to give you $100.
Yeah.
So you and your husband can go have a really good dinner after celebrating the sale of your house.
Yeah. Just something.
And they just, it just makes them like it. Because the letters are fine, but they're kind of fading out. A lot of sellers don't want to see them.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden they'll get 10 letters and they're like, well, now I just feel like I'm saying no to 9 families with cute kids. Now I just feel like a jerk.
Yeah, that's gotta be a tough thing to do, dude.
Yeah,
like,
so writing a letter with like a picture of you and all this stuff, like,
that's gonna be so hard.
The market kind of shies away from it a little bit now. I just leave it up to a seller if we get it, but it kind of borders the lines of fair housing, and because there's a lot of things you can tell with a picture. You can tell family orientation, which is fair housing, race, age, ethnicity,
gender,
all these things you can tell that are all like no-nos in fair housing laws. So
it's fascinating. I
kind of just like, if you give me one, I'll ask the seller if they want to see it. It's up to them.
Yeah.
So that's
fascinating. I guess I
don't know if that's technically the right way to do it, but that's the way I do it. So hopefully I don't get
somebody will tell us otherwise.
I'll find out if I'm wrong. I guess.
Find out if you're wrong real quick, probably. Yeah.
Well, I'll do one more question for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me pick which one here. So we're seeing more weather events these days. How often should homeowners review and update their policies, especially after renovations or adding things like a pool or a workshop? I think this is a good point. Like a lot of people will. This is like, I guess, a question that I have for you because I've improved my house and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people forget, like, hey, we just built a shed or extended the garage or got a new roof. Maybe not the roof thing, but made significant investment into their house. A new kitchen, super common one, or new carpet. What should they do? Like, a lot of people forget to check back in with their their insurance agent and be like, hey, do we need to adjust anything?
It's a great point. So it's kind of like a two-parter. So like the weather, we kind of talked about the weather part of it too, with like weather increasing, being worse. I mean, I don't remember the exact number as far as the amount of tornadoes that touched down, but it was like we were at whatever point, like midway last year. Yeah. And it was like, I think we barely got to June, and it was like 25 tornadoes had already touched down in Wisconsin by that point. Wow. And it's like, that's not cool.
You're like, it's a lot of roofs, a lot of siding, a lot of windows, a lot of vehicles.
Stop doing that. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Hey, Mother Nature, can you just
can you chill?
Pipe down a little bit here?
Yeah, it's just not great. I mean, dude, even like you'd see, like even like yesterday, all of a sudden it was just like dark. Yeah. Pop up lightning and all this stuff, and it's just getting worse. We talked about that tornado alley moving, and it's a real thing. It's a reality. Yeah. It's moving, and we're in the middle of that movement. And it kind of feels like no matter where you are in the United States anymore, it's going to happen.
You can get hit by something.
Yeah, because there's wildfires all the time now. There's, like we just had moratoriums for wildfires in like Oregon and stuff.
Yeah.
In California, of course, dealt with that. Hurricanes in the south, wind and hail in Texas. Even the East Coast has
snow, like having a ridiculous amount of snow coming in.
All sorts of stuff. There's not a single state in this country that is like the perfect insurable state.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And if I did have to say which state it could have been, it's our state, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We've been very blessed to like have some of the lowest insurance premiums in the entire country. And it's like, even look at like surrounding states and it's the same. You look at like Minnesota and Illinois and Michigan. We're like half for home premium.
Good luck in, a storm claim in Florida. Good luck getting insurance on your house.
Yeah. The only way that you're able to insure that is you dig the safe out of the ground that you put the insurance money in.
Yeah.
Your $300,000. Basically, you got to buy a house twice in Florida.
Yeah.
To do anything.
I know people that have a house down there and they're just like, dude, the insurance would cost as much as fixing the house after a hurricane. So we might as well just roll the dice.
They just self-insure at that point
and hope that hope it's minor. Like, sure, we might have to replace some windows and our roof, but like likely it's not going to take down the house.
Yeah.
So like, let's say we have like budget $10,000 a year for little fixes and hope one doesn't hit every year. Yeah, dude. And it was like, because their premium was like, I don't even know, like 16,000-20,000 a year.
Yeah, some of them are
just
bad.
For water. Yeah, like for like storm.
Well,
or hurricane, whatever.
And it's a good point to bring up. I mean, when you get hail here, I mean, you don't see people boarding up their windows.
No.
In Florida, they're like, dude, we don't even have insurance. We got to board this up. Let's board this up, dude. We got to do all this stuff. And it's like, it's because of the way that, it's just the climates, man. It's the way that it goes. I mean, you look at Miami-Dade County is a prime example. When I wrote for Ameriprise, we had Florida option that we looked at. Miami-Dade County, they wouldn't even accept a house that was older than 2008.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, that 2018 is a 10-year-old house.
Yeah.
You want to accept anything like good luck, dude.
Yeah.
It's bad. So, weather patterns, I mean, that's such a big thing. And, we do what we can. I mean, you do as best as you can. You explain to the customer, hey, we're planning for the catastrophic here, dude. We're not, like, you realistically shouldn't be filing claims on the small things. It realistically should be, okay, is your home damaged to the point where it's going to be tens of thousands of dollars? Okay, let's look at it then. Let's do it then. Because realistically, most people don't file claims. It's like 10 to 15 years on average with a homeowner's policy.
Yeah.
And it's like those people, when they do, it's like, oh, well, my entire roof got obliterated by hail.
Yeah, or a huge branch fell.
A huge branch or a tornado came through and my house is gone. Or there was a fire or something, right? Like, and that's what insurance is for. That's what homeowners insurance is for. And auto insurance is the same thing. It's catastrophic. We're planning for the catastrophic, not the, oh, hey, my garage door stopped opening. I need to file a claim. It's like, dude, that's not. Or like, I have a
Go buy one.
skylight that's leaking. Dude, call the skylight guy and fix it. Like, don't file a claim for the $2,000 skylight because you got a $1,000 deductible. It's you're going to hurt yourself in the long run doing that. And it's like, I always tell clients, call me before you file a claim. I'll walk you through if this makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not like I'm trying to say, oh, well, and people get, it's a necessary evil. I'll admit that is a necessary evil, insurance is. And it's very much because everybody needs it.
Well, it's simply because of the cost of everything now.
Yeah.
It's like a requirement because, dude, if we're talking catastrophic, like what's the average price of a car?
It's like probably
like,
$30,000
Wisconsin,
or more. Like
F-150, 5-year-old pickup. The average.
That's like 50
average.
grand.
Yeah. Average vehicle on the road.
Yeah.
Probably 25, 30.
Yeah.
For a 5-year-old.
Do you know what most people have that covered for on their auto insurance too?
What?
$10,000.
Yeah.
So guess what? If somebody hits you and they got $10,000, they got state minimum limits.
Yeah.
They hit you and they total your car is $50,000.
Yeah.
Your insurance company is going to go, hey, guy who hit my insured, guess what? You owe us $40,000. And most people don't even know that because they go online and they go, oh, I just need full coverage. So then they go on there and type in these numbers and they go, oh, well, they don't know what 25, 50, 10 means. They just go, well, it's $40 a month, so I'm going to do that. Well,
John has this this setup, so I'm going to do the same as him.
Yeah, it's like $40 a month. Yeah, guess what? $40 a month costs you $40,000 at the end of the day.
Yeah, there's a reason it's cheap. Yeah.
So there's a disconnect. But you bring up a good point. I mean, it's like, when it comes
the average cost of stuff that's walking around. I mean, in people's toys, in their vehicles, in their house, in their property.
Yeah.
Like stuff is just so expensive to the point where it's not feasible anymore to like just do it yourself.
Yeah, no.
Like, oh, I'll just fix my house. Good luck with all the codes. I've done flips, and if you're not handy, that inspector's it's not gonna be fun when an inspector walks through.
Yeah.
And if you're redoing stuff, exactly. Or even changing around your kitchen. There's a lot of things that like people go too far, then they're like, oh yeah, I forgot to have the inspector back there. He comes through and be like,
gotta redo it.
Sorry.
Gotta do this
Pull it all out.
Yep.
My
the other part of that question too that I'll answer. Whenever anybody does, just at the closing table today, I mentioned to the client that, you're like, hey, talking about like, hey, let us know if you need anything, let us know this, that, and the other thing. He was talking about, replacing, painting and then replacing the flooring throughout the house.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, hey, before you even start the work, once you buy the materials, call me. Let me know that, hey, we updated this from laminate to LVP or something, right? Let me know that, because what we're going to do is we're going to change that on the back end here in your replacement cost calculator. We're going to change that. We're going to update it, make sure that you have the materials. Because what happens is most people don't do that. They build a shed or they do something like that realistically needs coverage.
They're like, well, I don't want to raise my insurance by adding that.
Yeah, well, guess what? If your house burns down, you're getting that linoleum floor put back in, dude.
Yeah, no, you're not getting that. Yep.
Yeah, guess what? You're out now because we have linoleum floor on there, and that's what's going on, right?
Yep.
So it's, or you like, people think they're doing themselves a service by like, let's not tell them about the fact that we just replaced the roof. Like some people, I've had people be like, yeah, well, I didn't tell you guys that I replaced my roof because I didn't want my insurance to, think that I had a problem with whatever, and then and they think about it way too much. Yeah. And I'm like, no, dude, you tell me you replace your roof, I'm putting a new roof on there, and your premium's going down because you have a brand new roof. Yeah. Like in the long run, you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to tell us those things and I think people think that like, and maybe some people are like this, maybe some agencies do this where they really are like combing through, like really like, okay, well, this person told us that they might want to file a claim, so we're just going to open one right away. It's like, no, we don't do that unless we get, you tell me, like, I talk you through it. Okay, I get that you had some damage on the house, but if you're going to fix it yourself, I'm not opening a claim because it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Some places might. I don't know. I mean, I've heard of that happening.
It's just it all comes around to like, there's professionals in these businesses and anything. It could be real estate, it can be insurance, it can be anything for a reason. It's complicated. Everything in life now is complicated.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand what it is, like, don't try to be an expert.
No.
Like just call the person you trust. That's why you have an insurance agent that you trust. Yeah. So that you can call and be like, hey, he's not out there to screw me over.
No.
He's going to tell me, hey, that makes sense, or hey, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Same thing with a real estate agent. It's also like with my wife. My wife was a labor and delivery nurse for a long time. So she knows what she's talking about. I'm not going to go in there and argue nursing with her. I'd be the worst nurse ever. We joke about it because like now she does like one day a week and is like part of the call center kind of deal. And we joke about it because she works for Women's Health. So I'm like, I should answer some of you guys' phones one time. And she's like, no. I'd be like, hi, this is Austin Bowman with Women's Health. What's going on? And I wouldn't even know the words they're using. So
dude.
Why would I ever go and argue nursing with a nurse? I don't know anything, and vice versa. She's not gonna like turn around and argue like how a comparative market analysis works, or like equity, or like real estate things, like real worth. We both have certain knowledge of things in each category, but like we're both experts in those other categories. So it's like,
totally.
It'd be so many people would go and argue with a real estate agent or an insurance agent and be like, I'm not trying to be rude. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know the whole scale of the business. You're trying to guess.
No, and you could never. And here's the reality of it: is the average person who doesn't know about insurance even if they did 10 hours of research on insurance, they still don't know anything. Because, dude, I've been doing this for 2.5 years now in this role, and every single day there's a new thing that I'm finding.
I just spoke to an agent who's actually joining our office soon.
Yeah.
And a personal friend. And I told her, I was like, here's the thing. You're going to just get the test done. Yeah. That's good. Like, the test gets you, but it basically just teaches you, like, some random ethics like scenarios that are like crazy that I think is nuts that they throw in there. Yeah. They're just like, what if Bobby did this? And you're like, okay, that's so unnecessary. Yeah. But I'm like, you're going to know nothing. And that's fine. Because I'm 10 years in and still all the time I have questions. And that's just part of it, you know? But like, it's the same thing as like when I started and I was 23, so many times I'd be talking to like a 50-plus-year-old and they'd be like, well, I know how real estate works. I've had this house longer than you've been alive. I'd be like, that's fair. Yeah. But, I'm 28 and I'm like, dude, I've been in real estate for, 5 years. Yeah. And you don't know real estate compared to me now.
Yeah, no.
And now, being in my 30s and 10 years in, it's like anybody out there, unless you do real estate, you just don't know it. Same thing as insurance. Some general like rules.
Yeah, you can tell me what a deductible is all day, sure, but that's surface level.
You've never looked at the inner workings of it and help people in their darkest moments.
Yeah.
Where their house got taken out, or like death. You've never been part of the whole thing. And so it's the broadness of knowledge that comes from a professional. That's why you just need a trusted one. Like, it doesn't have to be me. Right. But like, talk to a real estate agent. I've met so many people that don't talk to a real estate agent and just do things. Yeah. And it's like, dude, you really should have. I wouldn't have charged anything. Yeah. Just call me.
Advice is free.
Like, I only get paid when something sells. So I've worked a lot for free before and still do. Might be right now. We'll see. But like, that's part of the business. And just have somebody you trust. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, have an insurance agent you can call that isn't some guy in Illinois or California that's just like looking at numbers, that actually knows you and your situation and is gonna vouch for you, fight for you.
Yeah, I tell every client every time. Yeah, homeowners insurance, because I will say probably 90% of people that I talk to that are first time home buyers, especially, they just have the 1-800 number online. Yeah, for car insurance, which is fine. It serves its purpose in certain times of life, but when you're buying a home, it's like, okay, dude. And I tell everybody, I say, if your house is on fire, do you want to call the 1-800 number where you don't know who you're talking to, or do you want to call my direct cell phone number that's sitting in my pocket right now? Yeah. I'm going to answer. If I'm awake and breathing, I'm going to answer the phone and be like, hey, what can I do for you? And it's like, oh, my house is on fire and it's 10 p.m. on a Monday.
Like, oh, that's not good.
Like, okay, yeah, well,
have fun on hold on the call center.
Yeah, like, okay, and then it's like, I always like, I tell this story a lot too. I answered the phone on the tattoo table before getting a tattoo on my leg for a customer. Yeah. And
here's a
he asked me about it. He's like he asked me, he had to file a claim on his auto, and he's like, hey, we had this hail damage. There's a bunch of dimples over my car. He's like, what do I gotta do? And I told him, I said, send me pictures. Send me pictures, send me the details, like when it happened, all this stuff. I'll take a look at it when I get back to the office. I'll do whatever. He's like, okay, man, I appreciate your help. I appreciate whatever. And he's like, I was like, hey, man, thanks. He's like, is there anything else you need, right now? How you doing? Whatever. He's like, no, I'm good. He's like, just out of curiosity, man, this weird buzzing noise I'm hearing in the background, I don't know if it's my phone or yours. I go, dude, I'm actually getting a tattoo right now. I get a tattoo on the table right now, man. I was like, that's what you're hearing? He's like, no way. He's like, man, I appreciate you. He said, you didn't have to answer. I was like, dude, you're a client. I'm answering for a client. Well, it's like
what we go back to again and again is like service and knowing your person. Like, people appreciate that way more than like being some guy they've never met that looks super professional. Just call somebody you know and that you can trust. That's all it is.
I mean, have you once ever, since I've been here, just general thing, have you ever, well, since you've been here, I've been here longer, but since you've been here, Have you ever seen me wear a tie in this thing?
No.
Yeah. You see these billboards, all these guys, insurance guys wearing ties. I'm like, you don't need a tie to sell insurance.
Have you seen me wear a tie?
No, never. Yeah. You don't need a tie to do. It's such an old way of thinking. I think it's a less genuine thing, right? Like everybody thinks they got to be all buttoned up and all great, and like yes, you do to a degree. Like,
and there's times there's times that like I like dressing up for the occasional thing, but also like if I'm plinking in my office all day.
Yeah, dude, I'm in shorts.
Yeah,
I'm in shorts in a polo.
Yeah,
like I don't ever go t-shirt. I go polo. Like like semi. I basically if
like still a collar.
Yeah,
but
how I dress on the golf course, right?
Yeah,
like if I'm.
Well, you got to be ready to golf at any point.
Any point.
Just have the clubs.
Stuart's got a golf shirt in his office. He's telling me about that.
Oh,
he's ready to go like any given time.
See, there you go. I have one in my truck.
I gotta get on that.
That is half in case I wreck the shirt I'm wearing because if I wear white, it gets wrecked.
You give me a hot dog with any form of condiment on it, it's on my shirt
immediately.
Yeah,
yeah. Literally the other day, I put on my white shirt.
Yeah,
I was leaving the house with my son Teddy. Put on a white shirt. 20 seconds later, I literally walk because I was like, all right, I'm not wearing the shirt until I'm leaving because it will get wrecked. I have a 1-year-old. I picked him up, immediately carried him to my truck, raspberry smeared.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had it on his butt.
Yep.
For when he ate breakfast.
Yep.
Because he loves raspberries. Yep. And I'm like, dude, I had this on for not even 30 seconds by the time it would have gotten stained. And I put him in the car seat and looked down. I'm like, of course. Yep. So immediately went, and I'm like, well, at least you can bleach it. But yeah, the second I wear white, so I always have a backup shirt.
Good thing I got that polo hanging in the back.
Yeah. Ready to go. But dude. Well, hey, I appreciate you swinging on the podcast from way down the hall.
On
the other side of
the wall.
So real far away.
Yeah, I have a really big office. It's the entire hallway, actually.
Yeah, the whole hallway.
My desk is just way on the other side.
Yep, exactly. It's a really big little conference room.
Yeah, totally.
So
man, I appreciate it. It's been fun. Anybody who's stuck around this whole time, it's appreciate you guys for listening.
Yeah, absolutely. No, if you have any insurance questions, obviously I'm a real estate agent. If you have any real estate questions, ask me. But if you have any insurance questions or interested in pricing, how the whole thing works, shoot Tyler a call.
Yeah.
I'll have his contact info below in the video. Sweet. And I appreciate your time.
Likewise. Thank you.
Cool beans.
Sweet. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Let's hit the golf course soon.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I got my shirt in the truck and you have your shirt in the truck.
Let's do it. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.